action.
I'm not paying $5,000 over MSRP.
Nick, I'm not surprised you said that. I hear that 2 or 3 times a day these days and have been hearing it for the last year and a half. I certainly understand. Other than the price, though, everything else is cool. Nothing else would stop you from taking delivery of the Tahoe today.
No.
So we just need to work our way through this price thing, correct?
Correct.
When's the last time you bought a car, Nick?
2.5 years ago.
Okay, 2.5 years ago. I'm going to guess that whatever you bought, you got yourself a discount because you're a shrewd negotiator, right?
Correct.
You may have even gotten some sort of factory incentive, may have been a rate incentive, may have been a rebate.
Rebate, right.
And probably the vehicle before that, you got the same sort of deal because you're a veteran purchaser of automobiles and trucks, correct?
In my mind, yes.
Well, you absolutely are, make no mistake. Look, what you paid back then was the market-based price. In order for a dealer to get someone to buy a car or a truck, at that time, almost without fail, there were some exceptions, but almost without fail, there had to be a discount. Dealers don't discount vehicles because they're charitable. They discount vehicles because they have to. If there was a factory rebate or a factory rate incentive, the factories don't do that because they love the American people. They do it because they have to move the vehicles off the dealers' lots. So, the market back then required that dealers and factories provide incentives to the customers to say yes. The world has changed just a little bit. While it's almost over, you do remember COVID, right?
Yes.
Okay. COVID shut down much of the country. COVID completely shut down automotive manufacturing for a while. COVID shut down semiconductor chip manufacturing for a while. The factories canceled chip orders. Supply chain issues cropped up. Raw material issues cropped up. And to make a long story short, the price that you're going to pay today is a product of supply and demand. All right? Look, we don't have very many Tahoes. You noticed that when you got here. As a matter of fact, what brought you here was the fact that we had the Tahoe that you were most interested in. You've never even paid MSRP before. Now I'm asking you to pay $5,000 over MSRP. Nick, not only is that a good price, that's a great price. As a matter of fact, that is a price that is literally discounted off what we should be charging based on the market. Now, does that sound just a little crazy?
Yes.
Okay, let me prove it. I don't want you to take my word for it. I don't want you to take Chevrolet's word for it or General Motors' word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it other than what the facts state. These are facts that come from consumer websites. Are you familiar with Edmunds.com?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Are you familiar with ICCars.com?
No.
Most people aren't. ICCars.com is a website that teaches people how to get the best deals on cars. They compile data from Edmunds in this particular case to show a customer what they should pay for a vehicle. Now, check this out. What's that say right there?
82% of new vehicle buyers are paying over MSRP.
And how much are they paying over?
9.9% average for all vehicles
That's
37.
That's in the entire country, okay? In Texas, and I actually have it broken out by cities, and I'll provide those data to your managers. In Texas, it's 10.5%. If we were charging what the market says we should for this Tahoe, we would be charging over $7,000 over MSRP. But we want to maintain not good relationships, but great relationships with our customers. We know that this will change someday. Now, you couple that fact, that it's a discounted price, with the fact that it used to be when a vehicle left a dealer's lot, it depreciated between 20 and 25%, just like that. That's not going to happen right now. Many vehicles, as you can see right here, are actually appreciating in value. Now, I can't guarantee that your Tahoe is going to be more valuable next year than it is this year, but here's what I can guarantee. You're going to get a discounted price, and you're also going to drive a vehicle that whatever depreciation takes place, it's going to take place slower than it ever has in the history of the automobile business. This Tahoe is not a good investment for you, Nick. It's a great investment. Now, I need you to pick one of the payments I have right down there so we can get this vehicle ready for delivery.
All right, sounds great.
Okay? And make the customer feel good about what they're paying us. Is any of this BS? How long will it take you to get good at this? It won't take, I'm telling you, it won't take long at all. It will not take long at all. I can tell you, I'm better at this than I was a month ago because I've done it so many times and I've been able to develop the story. Initially I was going, here's why you're paying, here's why it's a good price, here's this, that, and the other, and then I got to customers were saying, but I've always gotten a discount, so I said, well, I might as well work that into the story too. Because aren't they used to getting discounts? Yeah. Why not bring it up? Hey, Jim, you've always gotten a discount when you bought a Chevrolet, haven't you?
Absolutely.
You know what? Everybody did. I've only been doing this for 42 years, but the last 42 years, with rare exceptions, everybody got a discount. Sometimes there are even factory incentives involved. The world has changed, Jim. You know a little bit about it. Let me fill in the blanks. Semiconductors, supply chains, all the law of supply and demand. You develop a story. How important is it to tell a good story? If you're making good money, you're a good storyteller. If you're not making good money, you're not a good storyteller. It's that simple. If you're selling 20 cars a month, you're not a very good storyteller. If you're selling 40 cars a month, you're starting to tell a pretty good story. And by the way, those numbers probably are skewed a little bit because I know inventories are much shorter now than they used to be. But if you're making a lot of money selling, and it doesn't matter whether it's cars, computers, software, shoes, you are a very good storyteller. But storytelling requires development. It's the oldest form of communication. Why do we call cavemen and cavewomen cavemen and cavewomen? Because they lived in caves, right? How did they communicate? Pictures on walls. They drew pictures on walls. Why did they draw pictures on walls? They were telling stories. They were telling stories. Storytelling is the oldest form of communication. And it's not taught by very many sales trainers. It's crazy. The better storyteller you are, the more money you're going to make, the happier your customer is going to be. Any questions about how to use this data here? Let me tell you when not to use it. Do not use the used car data when you're negotiating the customer's trade-in, okay? Don't bring that up. But when you're negotiating a used car price, which is way high, there's nothing wrong with saying, look, they're going up 30% a year. I don't know what they went up from 20 to 21, but they went up that year too. I mean, it's unheard of. Help the customer understand that buying a new or used car right now is a better investment, literally, from a financial standpoint than it's ever been in the history of the automobile business. Is that true? Are you saying this to your customers? If you're not, you're crazy. That customer says, I'm going to wait. You got to say, don't miss out. All right? This is like buying Bitcoin for $1. Well, maybe not quite like that. But it's a great investment. Any questions about this?